What's up guys, Darkdally here, playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and today I want to do a little comparison which was much requested on the LVOA-C, which we can now modify. It's obtained through that new Ghost pack, the Relentless Fighters, or whatever it's called. And I want to compare it to the 416. Now this is, again, this has been a much requested test. A lot of people are saying and these pretty much are like two of the best assault rifles. And people want to know, which one is better and in what situation. So we're going to test those in a few situations. Now, first, there's a few things I want to say. Stay tuned at the end of this video for a very special video sent in by a viewer who did the most impressive predator kill I've ever seen. He did it with the LVOA-C, and you may want to stick around and see that at the end. It's only about 2.5 minutes. And then also, the reason I'm here, a lot of people were asking what this helmet is. You get it from the new battle crates released with this new patch, and it's called the, there it is, Tactical Mask. A lot of people were asking me what this helmet was called. It's actually faceware, and it's called the Tactical Mask. The other reason I'm here is so you can clearly see the LVOA-C still has the same bug. Now, this is only with the 30-round magazine, I'm told. That's just the magazine I prefer to run. So if you run the LVOA-C with a 30-round mag, it's not going to be in the mag well. Instead, it's going to be attached to the buttstock. And if you go into the game where your character is holding it, you can see it too. It looks like it's kind of like, maybe it wants to be a bullpup. It thinks it's a bullpup, but who knows, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple of basic tests with these rifles. Oh yeah, let's check out the setup. I have them both set up the same way. Now, this particular setup is not necessarily ideal for every situation, but this is a good overall setup. They're both set up, I'll just pull them up here. They're both set up with a V4 foregrip, a rangefinder, standard barrel, and 30-round mags, and the ACOG scope. So they're both set up the exact same way. It's a pretty good medium setup for just about, it's a good overall setup for about anything. We're going to run this same setup on both rifles on all the tests. So what are we going to test? Well, let's check out Recoil. Let's see how they do Recoil on a full mag dump. And let's do... Well, actually, I've already done the bullet drop comparison with them. Both rifles have the same bullet drop. However, that's the 416 with the long barrel and the LVOA-C with just a standard barrel, because it can only equip a standard barrel. So technically, if the LVOA could have a long barrel, it would be more accurate over range. But because, using the best parts of each one, they do end up with the same bullet drop. But we're going to go ahead and test them since we're testing with the same parts today. So we're going to test the bullet drop of the LVOA-C versus the 416 on the same level with a standard barrel. And I'm betting the LVOA-C is going to do better. First, let's check out Recoil. We're just going to do a simple mag dump at this wall. With this setup, is this the most ideal setup for Recoil? Not necessarily. But again, I want to do a standard combat build, and this is a pretty standard build right here. Let's go ahead and see what we got, and let's get through this, guys. Let's see. So here's the LVOA-C. Let's put her on full auto, and let's see what we get from one mag dump. Wow, that's not a lot of recoil. That is not a lot of recoil. This is usually the way I do it. I stand at a fence, shoot at a wall a couple meters in front of me. Let's see with the 416 now. They look to be right on par. I'm going to do one more of these. All right, so here's our two groupings. Here on the left, we have the LVOA-C and the 416. The 416 again, and then the LVOA-C. Yeah, I'm calling that the same. So they really have the same amount of recoil. They're both very accurate rifles. As long as we're here, let's go ahead and let's go check out this bullet drop really quick. We already know that when the 416 has the long barrel, which is its best option for bullet drop. We already know when it has that barrel, these two rifles have the same bullet drop. But we're running a standard combat build today. This is what we're going to do for this and for the damage test. We're going to do a damage test like we always do on a convoy. More of a combat effectiveness test. We want to see how they handle in combat at long range, and there may be some short range engagement in there. Now right now, actually I'm not sure what difficulty we're on. What difficulty are we on? Okay, right now we're just on arcade. This is usually where I just test things because I don't need to be bothered by Unidad while I'm just shooting at walls and stuff. But do know that for the damage test, we will be on extreme. Now, a viewer actually asked me why don't I test in tier mode? Two reasons. One reason, a lot of my weapons are different levels, and I don't want to compare one weapon against another weapon at different levels. The other reason is I'm currently tier 1, and that's very difficult. I mean, that's the most difficult level, and I don't want to be testing level 1 weapons against, you know what I mean, the highest level enemies. So it's just playing this on doing the damage test that is on extreme is a much more even playing field for the weapons, and that is why. So let's go ahead and get our mark on the wall here, and then we're going to run back to 250 meters like we always do. Let's set the mark right here where we always put it. Good enough. All right, we're going to run back to 250 meters, and we're going to see how these perform. I did forget to mention I am running V2 compensators on both. So they got V2 compensators, rangefinder, standard barrel, V4 foregrip, and the ACOG scope with 30 round mags. Let's go ahead and park my team over there. You know, I forgot we can turn our team off now. I might start doing that for testing videos. It makes it a little easier so they don't get in my way. All right, let's run back to 250, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see the LVOA-C is going to be more accurate over range, both using the same parts. Once you equip the long barrel on the 416, that's when you should see it get ahead. And at that level, they should both have, well, they will both have the same bullet drop. We've already tested this in my assault rifle bullet drop series. If you haven't seen that, I'll have a link to that in the description below. I will also have a link to my test of the 416 in the description below. So check down there for that. All right, so let's go ahead and take our shot. We currently have the LVOA-C. Let's take our shot at 250. Let's get lined up. All right, let's go ahead and see where that hit with our drone here. Okay, we're right there at the bottom of that brick. You see kind of right in the middle of the wall. Let's go ahead, swap to the 416, and let's find out. Let's get... Oh, what is in front of me? Oh, that would be the magazine from my LVOA-C. Well, there's an unexpected problem with it. We're going to have to swap weapons. Alright guys, so if you go prone with the LVOA-C, you can't aim with your other weapon. Okay, this is a pretty serious bug. Okay, Ubisoft, this has been around, and now it's time to fix it. Definitely time to fix this. I got to swap to a different weapon. The ACAR, there will be a test of this coming up very soon as well. People also want to see a test of this. I totally forgot. But that's not today. Today is the 416 versus the LVOA-C. There's our shot with the 416. Let's go ahead and recon this. That ACAR looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to using that and testing it. We'll have a testing video of it coming up anon. Okay, and as you can see, the 416 hit exactly one brick lower, which is what we would expect, dropping down one barrel length. So, running the same exact setup, the LVOA is more accurate over range, and it's going to have less bullet drop. But if you run the long barrel, that's going to put them on the same level, as it were. All right, so man, that ACR, that ACAR looks sexy, don't it? Yeah. Okay, next video, guys. Next video. Wait one video, then we'll do the ACAR. I really want to. We'll get there. Now, so we've seen Recoil. They're both the same. They're both the same bullet drop, unless you're in the same parts, in which case the LVOA wins out. So far, the LVOA-C is the most naturally talented weapon in the game. You know, with the parts that it has, it does more or the same as other rifles that have better parts on them. So let's find out as far as damage goes. How about that, guys? Let's travel out to our favorite little spot in Kawani, and we're going to stop this convoy about between 200 and 300 meters out. And we're going to take shots with both the 416 and the LVOA-C in classic Darkdally fashion. We're going to kind of gauge how easy, how quick each takedown was, and how many shots each guy takes. All right, guys, I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, so here we are waiting for the convoy to arrive. We're going to try to stop it right there where I put that marker, right about 300 meters out. That's far enough that, you know, they will be alert, but they won't be able to see me unless I advance forward on them. We're going to go ahead and swap the difficulty down to extreme. I think this is a good benchmark for testing here. And we're using this is a new one, the Z93 AMR. We're using this sniper rifle to take down the convoy chopper. There will be an official test of this rifle coming up too. I can't wait because we have a new 50 cal. Did they just clone the HTI again, or do we actually have a new 50 caliber rifle? Stay tuned for that video coming up when I actually test it. This is my first time firing it. We're just going to use it to take down this chopper. Oh, the convoy is on its way. Let's get in position here. Okay, and the convoy is approaching the 300 meter mark. Let's go ahead and shoot down the chopper. There we go. And it's kind of hit and miss when you stop the convoy. The front truck usually rolls forward a little bit. All right, guys, let's engage with the LVOA-C. All the same parts we just had. Let's see what we get. All right, this kind of range for bullet drop we're looking at right here. Okay, it's hard to tell if I was hitting just one guy or two guys there, because that was quite a few shots that guy took. I'm actually kind of surprised. But that may have been two guys I was hitting. Regardless, this is taking more hits. I'll tell you right now, this is taking more hits than the... remember when we tested the R4? And also the 416. The R4 especially never took more than 4 shots to drop one guy, which is pretty impressive. I think the 416 performed about the same. I swear I'm seeing some guys taking 5 and 6 hits. Now, granted, we're going to have some damage drop off over this kind of range with an assault rifle. But hey, it is what it is. There we go. That said, though, this is very accurate. You notice I'm landing about 3 hits per burst on these guys. And that's pretty good. So that's him down. Let's go ahead and let's run up closer and engage the rest of these guys. This is not just a damage over range test. After all, this is a combat effectiveness test. How effective can this rifle be in combat? And this is one good way to test it. I could run a base, but there's there's different variables every time. And, well, sometimes there are here too. But here we have alert guys that we can pick off and count the number of shots. You guys do the counting, but that looked to me like... Some of these guys are taking 5 shots plus. Oops. We got one guy charging us. Yeah, it's looking like about 5 shots on average. Thereabouts. Man, these guys are taking some bullets with the LVOA-C. I honestly expected it to perform better. I really did. Again, we're running the standard barrel with a V2 compensator on this. Oh, well, we can't change the barrel, so I guess that doesn't matter. And there we go. That's the convoy clear with the LVOA-C. Now, okay, impressions. It was incredibly accurate over that range. I mean, incredibly. I was hitting bursts of 3 and 4 at 300 meters. You would expect the rifle to climb more than it did, and this is deadly accurate. Let's go ahead and let's swap over to the 416 guys and see how it does. All right, now we got the convoy reset. We're about to take it again. This time we get the 416 equipped. Let's go ahead and get our sync shot. This is how I always stop the convoy. Let's go ahead and get our sync shot on the driver. We're going to pull out our Z93 here. And again, I can't wait to test this rifle. We're going to wait till they get right about 300 meters. We're going to try to stop them in the same place to be as fair as we can. Looks good to me. That's the chopper down, and they look to have stopped right about the same place. Good work. Okay, let's see. Well, let's see what we see, guys. Whoa, we got out of the truck. Okay. I'm sitting here kind of counting shots. Trying to. It's looking pretty equal, guys. I'm hitting multiple hits per burst. Guys are looking to take... I don't know, what do you say, 4 to 5 shots? You're welcome to go back and count. Let's see, we're going to have to do a little more bullet drop here. A little more. At range is when you're going to notice the toll the bullet drop can take on you when you have to aim so much. Wow, okay. I think this is killing them quicker. I really do. When I tested this before, I remember it being about the same as the R4 as far as damage, in that where the R4 never took more than 4 bullets, if I recall. I recall this taking about 4 to 5, and that looks like about what I'm seeing here. This is seeming to drop them quicker. I said I'm pretty much getting the same amount of each burst on target. Now we're running up. We still got 4 guys to engage. I think we've seen what we need to see from back there. Let's see what we see up close here. So we got one guy coming around. There he is. Okay, now he only took 2 shots. We're also much closer. Oops. Guys, I think this weapon does a lot more damage, because even up close, the LVOA was taking quite a few shots. Now, there could be a number of variables there, but come on, guys. These are the same enemies. Of course, I'm missing more with this. I'm being too jumpy with my shots here. These are the same enemies, so there's no variables there. Is that other guy coming up behind me? I think he is. Guys, I think they're taking less bullets with the 416. Go ahead and tell me what you think, but yeah, I think they're taking less bullets with the 416. Okay, so let's get out here before. Oh, let's tag this convoy. Now, let's go ahead and hop out of here before Unidad comes and ruins my day while I'm, ending the video. Okay, so my overall impression, you guys saw it. They appear to have exactly the same recoil, and that's further backed up by taking shots at 300 meters on the guys in this convoy here. Both rifles, we were hitting bursts of 3 and 4 on the enemies. The 416 was dropping them faster because that one burst was usually, it seemed like about all I needed thereabouts if I actually hit them. It was seeming to take about 4 or 5 bullets. The LVOA, to me, seemed like there was a few times it was taking 6 or even more bullets to drop a guy, even when I ran up close. Now again, maybe I'll check this out in editing and you can feel free to go back and count, but it looks to me like, damage is a hard thing to test in this game. Damage is a really hard thing to test. I don't think there's a truly, purely empirical, way to do it without fail, so we do it like this. In the end, you should choose whatever gun you like the best. Now, so overall, the LVOA-C is more accurate over range, but you do have the ability to put a long barrel on the 416 and make it just as accurate. So I got to give the prize to the 416 here, and I was not expecting to do that. I was expecting to give the prize to the LVOA-C. You guys know I love that weapon. Most of my love for that weapon is the hype around it when, we've had it. We have the Division 1, the Bad News, and maybe I'll test the 3 of them together. I wanted a modifiable LVOA-C, and, whether or not it's the best rifle, it's still one I want to use because I've wanted it for so long. I've wanted this rifle too. All right, guys, so the clear winner here is the HK416. If you guys have different opinions, go ahead and tell me. Let me know in the comments below. All right, now for a very special video sent by a viewer, The Hand. He posted this on his channel, and he said he wanted me to post this and show you guys. This is him taking down the Predator fully solo, no HUD, in just, like 2.5 minutes? Perfect Predator kill with the LVOA-C. So, there you go, guys. Enjoy. Thank you very much. I'm Darkdally. I will catch you guys next time.